To say it's been an interesting few days in the tree stand would be an understatement. I've finally started hunting for myself. I'm still taking my son Noah out. I'm actually up in a tree with him right now. The last couple days have just been crazy. So I'm not going to talk a whole lot. We're going to jump into it right now with my first night in the tree stand this season in southern Michigan. It is the 30th of October, and I bought my license here in Michigan an hour ago. This is the first time I've hunted, 30th of October. Gun season starts in about 2 weeks. I have not left myself very much time here. I've been in the woods a little bit taking my son, but I haven't hunted myself at all. I know I keep looking around, but I am exceptionally nervous right now. I'm hunting by myself. I don't have a camera guy. So I gotta self-film. Everybody's at work, which I don't blame them. I've had to work all the time too, so. I'm afraid I'm a week late. I'm sitting in an oak, in a grove of oaks that were raining acorns. I mean loaded with them. It's along the edge of a soybean field. I hope that's a squirrel. Squirrel. Anyway, it's on the edge of a soybean field. And I've had a camera on it for almost 3 weeks. And literally for 10 to 12 days straight. 2 bucks that I think I want to shoot. One of them I'm pretty confident about. The other one I don't know. I think they're actually both 4-year-olds though. I just don't know. I gotta see them in person, but they were on these acorns every evening. And I couldn't get out. I had football practice, I had life. I just had life, So I'm sitting it tonight, but I'm looking and all the acorns are gone off the tree that I can tell. Maybe there's enough, maybe there's not. I'm sure they're still going to come to these soybeans, but it's hard spot to hunt because I'm very close to where they bed. The wind has to blow into the field, so any deer that get in the field in front of the bucks, this is going to be very hard, and I have to film it by myself. This is going to be tough. Videotaping yourself, it's not easy. And just like I said, I had a feeling that things could get tough, and they did. The deer didn't move as early as I was kind of hoping and expecting, but once they started, it was crazy. There were bucks grunting, chasing, snort wheezing. Not real serious chases, just kind of dogging, bumping them. And I don't know which buck it was for sure. I don't really think I got any usable footage of it. But you saw the deer go across the field, a pretty good one. I had that deer coming to me up along the edge of the field, and then it disappeared. And, right at the end of shooting hours, a good one come right underneath me, underneath the stand into the field. And I was trying as hard as I could to get him on camera, to check the shooting hours to make sure I was still legal. And I had him at 10 steps, 3 or 4 different occasions. And I could never see him in the camera. I could never, get my phone out to check the time. And I decided I'm just not going to risk it. I don't want to shoot one after hours. I really don't want to shoot one without getting some footage of it. And he got away. Now, the rut activity was solid for the next couple of days. Hunted an area I haven't hunted very much. Saw a lot of action. Saw some pretty good bucks. Kind of went back and forth on one of them. And just didn't take a shot. With the arrival of the weekend, it was time to get Noah back in the stand. And I had set up a place that I was saving for when the bucks started to act ruddy. And it turned out to be a fantastic spot. You just saw what happened. This is a tough time. I'm hunting with my son Noah, a spot that I'd saved for him for the rut, and it went exactly as we wanted. That's a big deer, and he hit it high. He's good left to right. It's too high. My instinct was when it hit that it's not a lethal shot. I don't know if there is a gap between the lungs and the spine. There's a lot of theories about that. I do know high lung hit is, even if you hit them in both lungs high lung, they can live from that still. I don't know what to think right now. It's obviously not fun. It's hard to know what to even say to him. Things like this happen. You just don't want them happening to your son. We didn't find the deer. And looking back at the footage, I thought he had just shot high. But when you slow it down, you can see where the arrow impacts, where it would have impacted if that deer hadn't jumped the stream or dropped or whatever you want to call it. He would have drilled it. Noah's never killed a buck. For a 13-year-old kid to hold himself together that well on a buck like that and make a great shot. I mean, nothing wrong with the shot. The deer reacted. It was about 25 yards. His bow was maybe 45 pounds. So there was plenty of time for that deer to react, and that's what it did. I don't think it's a lethal hit. I think it's in the back strap. There wasn't much blood at all. We tracked the deer a long ways. Just the largest blood was, quarter-size splashes. The rest was hard looking to find. So will we see that deer again? I don't know. I hope so. But now's the time to be in the woods. It's happening. It's only going to get better from here on out until the rut, dies out. So we're going to spend as much time in the tree as we can, Tyler and Adam are just getting back from Kansas, so we're going to put together an episode on that. I'm going to stick around Michigan for a few days, and then I'm going to head west myself, so it's starting to crank.